Evening. Oh, now I'm unmuted. Hello, everyone. Hello, Carol. Hello, everyone who is tuning in tonight. Wednesday, April 26th. A very special day in our family as our youngest is celebrating his 18th birthday today. But, in typical fashion, he has a busy teenage life. So he has already gone out to do some cadet activities tonight. So that's why we're still here. We have been, I don't want to say abandoned, but he's got his life, which is awesome. And we wish Charlie a very, very happy 18th birthday tonight. As we get everybody tuning in, we'll just give it maybe another 30 seconds or so. We've got a jam-packed what's new for you tonight. And I know they say that often, but we've kind of had a bit of a backlog because of ScrapFest and some of the other things that we've had going on. So Matt has been unpacking boxes and receiving and doing all the things. So we are happy, happy, happy to bring really just a whole bunch of rainbows to you tonight. There's lots and lots of beautiful colors in the stuff that I see around my desk here. Hope everyone is doing well. So happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. So let's dig in because, like I said, there is a lot to share. Now, if you want to go and see even more of what's going on, here are our coordinates. Papercraftersworkshop.ca. Go look under the new arrival section, and all of these goodies will be there. And as new stuff gets added, uh, possibly tomorrow, maybe throughout the weekend into early next week, and between now and next Wednesday, just go to that new arrival section. We are actually winding down the month of April, so starting on May 1st, there will be a brand new what's new section for all the good stuff coming in May. All right, who is ready for a rainbow? Rainbow number 1. You may have already seen this. I know Carol has done some posts and Matt did a beautiful, very artistic post, but I am beyond excited, and I know the team is super excited as well to have 2, 4, 6, 8 new stencil butter colors in the house. Very, very spring-like colors. And pretty much everybody who has seen them has compared these to icing. They want to scoop it. They want to lick it. They want to taste it. And honestly, I do not recommend that you taste these guys, but they are just so luscious and beautiful. All of the stencil butters have that beautiful pearlescent tone to it. They are just smooth and gorgeous. So let me introduce you to these 8 new colors. We'll start with Darlene's favorite, and that is Hydrangea. And does that not just make you want to stick your finger in it and scoop it?
Looks like icing.
It absolutely looks like icing. And, being birthday season here in this house, icing is definitely top of mind. So that is Hydrangea. My favorite is the green pear for obvious reasons. Again, this is a beautiful spring green. Very, very soft and beautiful. Oh, and Liana's saying, now, why didn't I see these today? Well, maybe because we were too busy chatting. Let's be honest. We've got Summer Sky, which is this beautiful blue. I'm actually looking at the screen. And it looks a little more purpley on the screen, but it is actually a beautiful baby blue color. We have Sea Foam, which is that sea glass color. That's probably my second favorite. I'm going to bring back my sample and show you. Tangerine, not quite clementine like my car, but that beautiful orange color. We've got Sunshine, which is yellow. Might as well pull them all open. And then these two beautiful pinks. So Pink Lemonade is a really pretty baby pink. Would go nicely with that baby blue if you were doing some baby projects. And then Watermelon. So this has more of a corally color to it, a beautiful coral pink. I'm actually going to get my nails done tomorrow. This is kind of the color I might be thinking of. But just 8 beautiful, lush colors. Here, this I believe was the Summer Sky. Then over here is that Seafoam, the Green Pear, the Tangerine, and the Sunshine. So if you need a little sunshine in your life, then these new stencil butters are for you. Now, I'm not going to let these go too far because we brought something else in from TCW that we have not had in before. I think we need, well, I shouldn't say it. Maybe we dabbled just a tiny, tiny bit. But if you remember a couple of weeks ago, I did a demo on the Gina K Polyglaze sheets that you can use with transfer foil. Well, we now have, bless you, Matt. I'm going to do it this way. We have a beautiful, luscious rainbow of TCW transfer foil sheets. And if you recall from that, what I like about these is that they almost have a little bit more weight to it than the rolls of deco foil. And I like that they are a nice 6x6 flat product. So you're not dealing with curling and things rolling away. But the other thing, and the reason why I've kept these here, let me match some of these up here. Didn't bring turquoise. We've got Seafoam. We've got Watermelon. We've got Pink Lemonade. So some of these match older colors of the stencil butter. But when Jamie is designing these, she does design them to match with the stencil butter, and maybe on the camera it's not going to show up so well because of the lighting and everything else, but let me tell you, the matches are pretty awesome. Oh, maybe because I'm not matching the right one. That's a bit better. So take a look at those. That's the Watermelon. This here is the Pink Lemonade. And again, you'll have to take my word for it that in real life, these matches are extraordinary and they really work beautifully. So if you wanted to play with tacky when dry or polyglaze sheets as well as accents, no, wrong one, Seafoam. Matt's laughing at me. Then you've got some great matches here. And then again, we also have platinum silver, champagne gold, the eggplant. And it's funny because here the eggplant looks quite a bit lighter, but when I actually paired it right up with the eggplant stencil butter, it was a dead ringer. The turquoise, the black, and the copper, which is a very popular color. And then finishing things off from TCW, I'm going to actually, where'd my bin go? Let's put these in a bin so that they're out of the way. We also got some new stencils. So there is a new release of stencils from TCW, and I think you're going to find them quite interesting. I'll put this in the store as well so that we've got some samples. But if you remember the mountain I showed you, when was that? Was that last week? Must have been last Tuesday. I did that learning live on the layered mountain. Well, look at this adorable, gorgeous aquatic scene. What's it called? Sea Paradise. And so again, they've done ink blending for the back layers and then used the stencil butter or possibly even tacky with dry and foil on that front foreground seaweed. So what these are, they're an 8.5 by 11, and all four layers of the stencil are on one sheet. So you just have to move from side to side.
You can't lose a layer that way.
You can't lose it. You can't. Well, you could get it out of order, but you know what? In the grand scheme of things, all the layers need to be done. This one is called Promenade with some very whimsical trees. And you could then use a little critter to put in your foreground or just a nice sentiment across the center. We also have this beautiful layered floral as well. So here are the 3 layers. And Matt suggested that I do a sample of some of these, so we'll see if we can get those up in the store. So those are fun. And then what else do I have over here? Okay, so one thing that I know a lot of us struggle with to some degree is sentiments. So Jamie has done a whole stencil of words, good word stencils all in one sheet. So we've got hello and love and happy and dream and birthday and joy, and there's right here by itself. So you could make up your own little sentiment sayings, whether you're using ink or whether you're doing stencil butter or any other kind of medium, but a really great versatile stencil all in one place again, so you don't lose any of the bits. And then one thing I found really interesting is that Jamie came out with 3 alphabet stencil sets. So these have 3 sheets in each pack, and there's 3 different fonts. There is the script, and again, they are all
huge,
large stencils, large font. So my scrapbookers out there, you will love this for your layouts, whether you ink it or even if you took that technique that Marcy did a little while back and use a pen to trace. I'm really excited. I may even use this in my layout club layouts for next month, or who knows, we'll do some samples with these ones. So there's script, there is traditional, and there is calligraphy. So they're going to be really fun to work with, and they've got some etched lines in here to help you keep things nice and straight and even, and definitely something new and different that we haven't seen recently. So that is all brand new, a rainbow and more from TCW. Next rainbow. Next rainbow, I think I'm going to go to the hero rainbow. So if you remember, a few weeks ago when we came back from trade show, I showed you these stunning neon watercolor cards that we made in our class. And Shannon Peltier was a phenomenal instructor, and I absolutely fell in love with these neon watercolors. So of course, we brought in, again, all 8 colors of these neons. So they come in a little dropper bottle. They look kind of like a distress re-inker. And so they're just an eyedropper that you would then put the liquid into a paint palette and use to paint or play with. Here we added a little bit of water and used it as an actual paint. With this one here, what we did is we dripped it down from the top and let the colors all run. And with this one, what we did is we took a stencil and we used just regular ink to do the stenciling, but then I'm going to bring it up really close if I can. It's probably most obvious on the green here, where we use the watercolor paint with a very detailed brush to create highlights on all of these images. So to take a look at all of the colors, we have a bright orange. Surprise, surprise. I think the names are going to be pretty obvious. Bright yellow. We've got bright sunshine. So the difference between these two, let me find a spot where I can compare them here. The sunshine has a little bit more of a darker orange hue to it, whereas the bright yellow is like your true neon yellow. We have bright pink. We have purple for all of our purple fans out there. This one is called red. To me, it looks much more like a dark orange, but again, when it actually comes out, it matches up with this red, dark pink kind of red ink. So that's the red one. My favorite, of course, is the bright green. And then there is chartreuse as well, which is a bit more of that limey neon green. So super fun to play with, really, really incredibly easy to use. The ideas are already flowing in my head, so do look for a class on this. I would love to say soon, but the other piece of the pie that I want to put with this is not quite yet available, so stay tuned. And I know many people have really, when I showed these. When I showed these cards before, people were really interested in this circle die cut. That is also coming. It is part of um, the summer release, I believe, which is coming in May, which is different than the May release, which I learned. May release is something that I'm in the process of ordering, but the summer release will also be coming in May, and we will have lots and lots of fun with that. In the meantime, we did get in a few items from the Hero Arts April release. If you are someone who likes to do canning, if you like farm fresh goodness, this release is for you. I'm not sure if we've had this one before. This is the Looking Glass Greenhouse. And I'm realizing we haven't done a whole lot with the Looking Glass lately, so we may have to do a Learning Live or some extra samples out of some of our Looking Glass sets. But for the rest of them, we've got this one here, which is a Stampin' Cut XL, which means you get both the stamp and the die. Rooting for you, let us celebrate your berry special with some great little stamps. This one is called Produce Labels, and all fit in this cute little label that you could, make a faux jar, as a card kind of idea. We've got this one here, which is super fun. This one is called Cabbage Corn Crate. So we like the crate from Concord and Ninth, but if you wanted something a little bit flatter, here's a cute little crate on the side, or you could even use that as a fence if you wished, and a cabbage and corn. Here we've got the berry basket. So some little strawberries, some little cherries, blueberries, all kinds of things that you can put in that. I usually see them as green, like that compostable green cardboard container. Have a sweet birthday. You are the best. And we have this guy here, lots of fun vegetables, maybe a little bit hard. Let's do this. There we go. That'll help you see it a little bit better. So a radish, an eggplant, carrots, broccoli, green pepper, a little canning jar. This one is called Keep It Fresh. So these would be really fun to just color up really simply and send to someone just as a just because, or a hello to keep people feeling happy. And then, of course, I've got to finish it off. I did save the best for last. This is called Farmer's Market Truck. So it is a rear view of one of those old-fashioned trucks that everybody loves. And it's got some baskets and some little goodies. You could even put some of these goodies in the back, and a super sweet little puppy that could be riding, either peeking out from the window or riding right in the back truck bed. So these are some great, like I said, farm fresh style new releases from Hero Arts. This was the April release, and more will be coming when I finish my my May order. Okay, next up. Do we have any questions so far, Matt, before I continue?
No, most people are pretty quiet today.
Oh, it's pretty quiet. Okay.
Yeah, that's an ask the question.
Okay, what kind of questions can we ask? Okay, we are, what was your favorite neon color? Maybe we can put that in there. Just grabbing a sip of water. I've got three more little piles on my desk here. So, next up is a new tool. And it still fits in the rainbow theme of our live today because they come in rainbow color. Now, before I get into these, I said it's a new tool. I hinted that it's a new tool.
Oops. Was I not supposed to put the name on?
Well, it's called a paper pouncer. But what do you think that is? What do you think a paper pouncer is? They come in rainbow colors. They also have a set here in what they call neutrals. Does anybody have any idea what these are? I'm going to slowly make my way over and open up a package so we can see what's inside.
Donna thinks it's an ink stamper.
Okay, so Donna says an ink stamper.
Margaret thinks it replaces a blending brush. Sponge daubers, blending tool, blending brushes.
Okay, so all of you are in the right ballpark.
Curry ink brushes.
These are a new ink blending tool from Picket Fence Studio. And if you remember, Picket Fence was the very first company to come out with the blending brushes. And things have evolved in the years. Those came out, I think, just before COVID, and then things have exploded in the blending brush world. And these are now the next evolution. So we've gone from Tim Holtz's blending tools with the foam discs. Then we got the domed end for those. We got our blending brushes, which now come in a bajillion different sizes, from super big, ergonomically friendly ones, all the way down to the little teeny tiny skinny detail ones. And now we have paper pouncers. So this is the carrying case, and there is a carrying case, as you saw, in all the rainbow colors, the orange, pink, red, green, yellow, purple, blue, teal, and then there is a black, a brown, and a gray. Now, it's totally up to you whether you stay with these colors or not, but this is what it looks like inside. So this little part here is literally just the carrying case. Once you open it up, you can put it off to the side. And I'm not going to lie, these look like a marshmallow. So where the stencil butters look like icing, these look and feel very much like a marshmallow without the stickiness. And the idea is that you use them for ink blending purposes. Let me just grab an ink. That one's gray, so let me see if I can find a gray ink. That's not gray. Gray must be over here. No, I don't want to try those ones yet, Matt.
Well, maybe if the gray.
You know what? I've got some brown here. Let's do brown. I'll put the gray one away.
Great.
I'll come back to that one. Let's go with the brown one. And so the difference with these is that you are not supposed to make circles with these. These are a pouncer. So if you think, in two different ways. You can think of them as a bingo dauber, in that you just want to do kind of a pouncing motion, or think of Tigger. The wonderful thing about Tigger is a wonderful thing. The wonderful thing about Tigger is all the joy it brings. And he's going to pounce. So
demonstrate.
We're going to, see, look, it's so white. I don't want to put ink on it. It looks like a marshmallow, but again, don't eat it. So you're just going to ink it up like this.
Guess we're not selling that one.
This one is coming into my collection, and you're just going to pounce like this, and you're going to build up your layers. And you're going to cover your area, and you've got light areas and dark areas. Now, the things I will tell you about this. Right now, you're seeing, some circle marks. Those will smooth out as the ink dries. But where I found these most useful is when you were using a stencil. I don't want to open any one of those ones just right now. But they are great for doing background stencils and background layers because you're not rubbing. And so if you've ever done a stencil, especially a delicate strip or something like that, when you rub it in the circular motion, you move the pieces of the stencil. With these guys, because it's just a straight up and down motion, you're not moving anything. So you're going to get crisper lines with your stencil. You're going to get coverage a lot more easily. And
But you need juicy ink pads.
They are a little bit more ergonomically friendly. Like you don't have to put a lot of pressure on it, whereas sometimes with the blending brushes, you do have to put a little bit more pressure on it. Now, the other trick, as Matt was just saying in the background, is that you do need juicy ink pads. When I did a make and take using these at the trade show, the ink pads were really quite dry. So I did have trouble getting good solid coverage, but I'm finding here with my Gina one, you can see I've got this nice chocolate brown kind of look, and you can get some really great coverage really, really easily. Darlene said would be cool for a bokeh background. Absolutely. Ellen said she saw someone using it to stamp in multicolors. Yeah, you probably have to try it out. So again, this is for big areas. It is very difficult to get detail with these guys. So plan ahead your project. You would use it, so for example, in the sample that we did a tree branch. I found it really difficult to keep the leaves green and the branches brown. What I would have done is done one whole one in brown, one whole one in green, and then paper piece it together. But you can see that they could be a lot of fun. And then you just pop it right back into its little case, and away you go. Now it is a foam, so I know the question is going to be, how do you clean it?
Carol just asked the question.
Carol, look, how would you clean them? I probably wouldn't, to be quite honest. Just keep pouncing off until the color doesn't transfer anymore. You probably could wipe it with a microfiber cloth. I have not done enough research on these to know exactly what would happen if you use water with them, but honestly, they feel like a little sponge, so I would be afraid that it would just soak up and hold the water, and then the next time you go to use it, it might get really messy and not in a good way.
Ellen wants to know, can we use different colors?
Can we do the same with the blending brushes, use different colors? I'm not quite sure what you mean by that, Ellen, but like with blending brushes, I would have, obviously the brown one for the browns. I would have the gray one for the grays and so on and so forth. So I would keep them per color family. I wouldn't necessarily feel like I needed to have one for light brown, one for medium brown, and one for dark brown. I think one per color family is probably enough, but that then becomes a personal choice as to how many you want to have. So once again, they've got the full rainbow here. We've got the neutrals here. My understanding is she is coming out with even more colors as well as some neutral ones that will give you lots of options if you just want to kind of make your own. Because maybe you're not someone who uses yellow or pink. So what would you use those pouncers for? Well, you could just, if you got white ones, then you can just change the color to whatever color you want it to be. So those are the new rainbow tools from Pick It Then. Sorry, mind the Velcro here as I put my ink back away. And we will move on. Okay, so here's a question for you. What do you guys want me to show next? We've got new Concord and knives, or we have new paper. Does anyone have a preference? Paper or Concord? Which do you want to see next? And then which do you want to see last? By default.
I won't say cuteness.
Cuteness, there is no, well, there's cuteness on the paper. Is that what you're talking about, Ellen?
So forward, go forward. Go.
Alan says Echo Park, paper, paper.
Concord came in, so it's 50-50. You're going to have to choose.
Okay, well, I've got the paper up here, so I'm going to do that first. Ellen asked for cuteness. You guys asked for paper. Sorry, Concord people. We will finish strong with Concord and Nuts. So from Echo Park, we have two brand new lines. One, we have, I don't want to say all the things, but we have a lot of things. And the other one, we just have select items. So let's leave Ellen hanging a little bit longer, and we're going to go with the one that we have limited items. It is Our Story Matters. So this is a new line from Echo Park. Matt, correct me, we've got collections, we've got the solids, is that it? Or no, and we've got a few of the papers. We didn't bring in all of the papers, but we've got a few of them. And this is really to document your story. This is, scrapbooking 101 at its finest. It is not meant to be occasion specific. It can be used for many different things. Here is the sticker sheet. The solids come anywhere from navy to the medium blue to these pretty pinks. And, I love the little Polaroid pages. I love the butterflies and the plaids. And there's just so much occasion neutral, but certainly stunning papers in this particular line. I just couldn't resist. It's bright. It's very springy without being Easter pastels. So it was a really nice time to bring these guys in. And then you guys want cuteness?
You're showing.
Let's bring in the beautiful cuteness of the Be Happy line from Echo Park. So we're starting with the stamps. Because I'm going to keep you hanging. So there are 2 stamp sets with this adorable little bee and the little beehive, and he's flying, sweet as honey, beautiful, sweet as can be. The home. This one is called Cute as Can Be stamp set. And then we have the Hive Rules stamp set. So again, some different styles. And that's what's really nice about this line in general, is that yes, it's all about bees, but the bees have different styles. So you can mix and match and create some beautiful creations. So Hive Rules: be honest, be kind, be positive, be grateful, believe in yourself. Home is where your honey is. So really super cute little stamp sets. And okay, here is the paper. I'm going to crack it open.
Yeah,
Yeah. So here is Be Happy by Lori Whitlock, which is a popular Echo Park designer. This is the traditional smooth Echo Park paper. You are the bee's knees. Anyone who thinks they're too small to make a difference has never met a honeybee. So some really cute little things. I love these little bees here on the paper. They are so super cute. And then, like I said, different bees on different papers. So these bees over here have little faces on them, whereas these ones are just a little bit more graphic. Yellow gingham on the gray background with the daisies, the honeycomb, some more great cut aparts.
Can you address the fact that there's no dies for these stamps? I can't answer that question because it's not coming through on my feed. Linda already asked. Do the bee stamps have matching dies?
Okay, Linda, you were asking if the bee stamps have dies. No, unfortunately, they do not. Echo Park does not do coordinating dies for their stamps, and unfortunately, I do not know why. They just have never, to my knowledge, ever done coordinating dies for the stamps. Yeah, I'm sorry, Matt. I'm not seeing it on my feed either. So
I got it on this feed, but not anywhere else.
all right, Linda. Hope we got you on that one. Thank you for asking that question because it is always a good one. But a lot of these stamps are a little bit more sentiment focused. So just by cutting squares, rectangles, if you happen to have a hexagon die or a circle punch, those would all work really well for those stamp sets. Some great daisies, some little hearts to bring it close. It's not focusing well. Cute little bee. Queen bee. Then we've got our honey, our beehive, and the little flying bees. Black and white gingham, some more flowers. Green foliage just to accent and break up all that yellow. 4x6 cut aparts. This to me looks like a Winnie the Pooh page with all the different honey and florals and black and white gingham. And then, of course, that sticker sheet as well. So that is the Be Happy collection pack. We do also have all of the single sheets. So if you want to get doubles, if you want to get more of what's in the collection, or if you happen to miss out, because I think we only had maybe 4 or 5 collection packs left in the store when I left this afternoon.
Already?
So they are selling. They are selling like hotcakes. If you would like a collection pack, then you're going to want to move fast. There is the coordinating solids pack. We have ephemera. We have frames and tags. And for our card makers out there, we have the 6x6 pad as well. So that is that from Echo Park. There is the cuteness that Ellen was alluding to, but that is not it for paper. And sorry, I think I may have just hit my camera. We have brought in a couple of lines from a new to us company from overseas. It's a European company. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, Matt's saying from Poland. Oh, right here. It says made in Poland. So these are the Scrapboys. And for those of you who like some of the more vintagey papers, some of these very gorgeous florals, I'm going to flip through the 6x6. We do have, so this one is called Bird Romance. Again, very appropriate for spring. These would be perfect for Mother's Day. Look at these little cut aparts. This is definitely a company that is for our fussy cutters. So Tanya and all of those who love to fussy cut, look at how beautiful those are. So with the Bird Romance, we only have the collection pack and the 6x6. We also have this line here called Violetta. All our purple lovers are just going to go crazy. I especially love this purple wood grain down here. Once again, the 6x6 pad. Look at those beautiful, beautiful cut aparts. And purple, purple, more purple. I love that they got the script on there. Great little pieces. So those are two that we just have, the collection packs and the 6x6. Love to hear your feedback on these. And then because we thought this was similar to some of the 49 in Market, some of the other papers that you guys have absolutely loved before.
Can you clarify that those cut apart ones are not laser cut? They have to be fussy cut.
So Matt is asking me to clarify, they are cut apart. You need to fussy cut them. They are not laser cut. These are just paper. There's no punch marks. There's nothing. You need to get out those fussy cutting scissors and snip, snip, snip to your heart's content. Or if you are not a fussy cutter like me, find a friend who is and hand them the paper pack and you do something in exchange for them. Always good partnerships in fussy cutting or in crafting, I guess, in general. So I don't even know how to pronounce this. Archivalia. This one we did bring in single sheets as well. Matt told me, and there are 6 different patterns, double-sided. It looks like you get 2 of each in the pack.
Yeah.
And so this one has, so on the cover page, fussy cutting tags. Then we've got kind of a collage paper with some scripty words. And like I said, 2 of each. Here is another one, a little bit darker, a little bit more brown in tonality. A beautiful flourish on the background. Very much classified ad type thing. And probably all in Polish, so the words don't have to mean anything. They can just be texture, they can be layers. This one is in English, but seeds and sewing and scissors. So very graphic, very collagey. Got these hints of that dusty rose in here, some 4x6 cut aparts. and another kind of collage type paper. And then we've got the checkerboard and some smaller ones. Look at those cute little butterflies. So to me, they are very much in that vintage realm. They are very similar in style, in the same family as the 49 and Market, as the simple vintage lines. There's 6 different patterns in the collection pack. There is a 7th sheet, which is all fussy cutting elements.
Double-sided.
It is double-sided. So when you cut out that car, you get the car on the back side as well, in case you want to do a spinner or maybe even just use it as tags in general. Lots and lots of different options here. Sorry, I needed a little sip of water. So yeah, really, really cute, really, really fun. This one is called a pop-up paper pad. So this is all fussy cutting. All fussy cutting. If you do not like fussy cutting, please do not buy this pad. It is all fussy cutting. But if you want a fussy cut, I mean, this would be a perfect project for in front of the TV.
Darlene, maybe buy that.
This is a Darlene's choice. Matt is throwing Darlene under the proverbial bus, but it really is beautiful. And I think it'd be worth the effort to do some fussy cutting. There is also the 6x6 pad. Same idea as the 12x12. And for those of you who like something a little bit in between, there is an 8x8 pad as well. So lots and lots of choices in this Archivalia line. And guys, when we bring in new stuff, we love to hear what you think. So if this is really not your style, let us know. If you love it, let us know and tell us to bring in more. And we are more than happy to do so. All right, so I'm going to put this one back in its plastic bag. That is it for paper. So hang with me a little bit longer because we have Concord and Knives as well. A few weeks ago, I shared with you that we are now carrying Concord and Knives. We went crazy with the dies. I have not had an opportunity yet to order more dies. I am just about to reach out and review their next release. They usually release on the 9th of the month. So I believe we get this week to place our orders and that kind of thing. Alan is asking, are the papers thick? So for Scrapboys, the papers are not as thick as a 49 and Market. They are, I would call, comparable to a standard. So they would be comparable to a Simple Stories type paper. Matt's disagreeing with me. He's saying it's a little bit in between 49 and Market and Simple Stories. So you're just gonna have to try and come in and see it for yourself. All right. Drum roll, please. Lifting the box off the floor. We brought in the first 24 colors from Concord and Knives. And then they went and released 24 new colors. So we now have all the colors from 49 and Market, the original and the new. So if you have not ordered the new colors yet, now is your time to do so. So these are things that we are going to be stocking regularly. And we did get the re-inkers for these as well. There was one re-inker, I believe it was Marmalade, that we were short shipped on the first shipment. It is now in stock. But what I have since learned is that Marmalade is a discontinued color. So if you have the Marmalade ink pad and you really want the re-inker, do not wait on that one. Go and get that Marmalade re-inker. And I'm just pulling these out at random. Black doesn't have to go in there. And we will have color swatches of these in the store. Carol can try and find some samples as well and post them online, though posting colors online is always a little bit tricky because your screen calibration and all of that good stuff always makes a difference.
I have 3 screens going and you look at on every single one.
Matt is saying that he's got me going on not 1, not 2, but 3 screens. And I should be worried because whenever you're on camera, It adds 10 pounds, and if he's got me on 3, that's a lot of pounds. But you know, luckily it's just my chubby little piggy fingers. All right, so brand new colors. We've got cayenne, we've got dragon fruit, we've got fruit, we've got sunflower, carnation, fig, nutmeg, lemongrass, which looks like kind of a greeny yellow. I haven't cracked these open yet, so once we get the samples made, we can do a better show of what these look like. Cobblestone, nectar, which is a peachy color, pebble, which is kind of a warm brown.
Don't use your middle finger.
Honeycomb, sweet pea, harbor, briar rose, juniper, avocado, spice cedar. Of course, my favorite is clementine, lilac, blueberry, tide pool powder, artichoke, pink lemonade, and grape soda. So to me, that's more than 24. That's actually 25 colors. Plus, we brought in their white pigment ink cube and their premium black, which would also be alcohol ink friendly.
Yeah, so 24 plus 25 minus 1 is 48.
Well, there you go. Matt's done the math. We're just going to have to trust him with that. And then to go along with that rainbow of gorgeousness, like I said, we do have the reinkers. And we have all the cardstock. The rainbow in the store is absolutely gorgeous. But just take a look. And this is just a selection because the other half is in the box here and it's not going to fit on the camera. Hang on. There we go. There we go. So all those luscious, beautiful cardstock colors. Now, another thing we learned, and maybe Matt can clarify on it, is that some of the cardstocks have different weights. Some of them are a little bit heavier weight.
Some of them will say 80 pound, other ones are not quite 80 pound.
Okay, so the answer is some of them will say 80 pound. Here's the difference. So cayenne says that it's 80 pound, which is the same as our Nina, which I believe is the same as the layering weight for Gina K. And then we have our carnation, for example, that does not give a weight. It is just a teeny tiny bit lighter, correct?
I don't know. They just said it was
okay.
About the same.
So if it says 80 pound, it's 80 pound. If it doesn't say it's 80 pound, it's around 80 pound. We're going to call it 80-ish. All still beautiful, all still coordinating with the inks, and all still wonderful for die cutting and card bases and all of those things. So the final rainbow of the night is Concord at Night. We shared and we started with the rainbow of stencil butters and all kinds of rainbow and bees and good stuff in between. Whew, and that is it for April 26th. That is it for the month of April. That is our What's New for tonight. I just have to bring that back because they just look so pretty. Probably even prettier if I were to put them in color order. But hopefully you're all doing well, enjoying the spring. I know today was not a super sunny day, but if you are getting some crafting in when the days are a little bit gray, don't forget to post in our Paper Crafts Inner Circle group. That is our VIP group that we share ideas, we ask questions. You can share your artwork, and we get so much inspiration from each other. Please feel free to post in that group as well. And if you don't know how to find that group, please do email us, customerservice@craftersworkshop.ca, and we will connect you, absolutely. And I think that's it. So wishing you all a wonderful evening, a wonderful rest of April. And when I see you next, the calendar will have turned and it will be May. And I'm sure we'll have lots of good stuff to share with you then too. So have a good night, everyone. Take care.